You're welcome to the Scholar School. We establish our footprints on the sand of time, experience the difference.
Good day. You're welcome to the Scholar Online class, and my name is Nsemi Fatima. And I'll be taking you guys biology, which will be applicable and more beneficial for students that will be writing promotional exam, such as WAEC, GC, NECO, and the likes. So for today, we'll be looking at cell and its environment. In this topic, we'll be looking at definition, we'll be looking at diffusion, we're talking about factors affecting the rate of diffusion, we'll be looking at the importance of diffusion, also we'll be treating osmosis and the application of both osmosis and diffusion. Now moving forward, we'll be defining the cell and its environment. Now when you hear the word cell and its environment, it refers to the activities of the cell in a given environment or the function of the cell given at a particular condition. Now for every cell, they have their particular function that they perform, and which helps the development and the growth of the various living organisms. Now, moving forward, we're looking at diffusion, and diffusion can be defined as the process by which molecules of substances, either liquid or gas, move randomly from a region of lower concentration until they are evenly distributed. Now, it also involves the moving in and out of fine particles in the cell of living things. Now, examples are if a student at the back should spray a perf or drop an oil that is scented on the ground, it will be so calm, the concentration there will be higher before it gets to my side. So it is moving from that region of what higher concentration to this region until when everybody can what perceive the smell. So until when it is evenly distributed around the class, and what has occurred can be called what diffusion. Another example is if a decayed waste is released into this class, the concentration will be more conk to where it was what disposed before it is evenly distributed what in the classroom. Now, what are the factors that might affect the rate of diffusion? The first one is state of matter of the diffusing molecule, and that one is also the diffusing molecules itself, and that one is what the temperature. These are the factors that might affect the rate of diffusion. And what is now the importance of this diffusion to living organisms? The first one, it helps in gaseous exchange in the lungs during what external respiration. It occurs through what diffusion. And that one is also the movement of digested food from the intestine into the blood during circulatory system. Now another one is also what it helps in the movement of carbon dioxide and oxygen during photosynthesis and respiration in plants. Another one we have is the movement of nutrients and other metabolic products from the mother to the fetus through the placenta. Then lastly, we have the upward movement of mineral salts and nutrients from the soil roots through the what from the soil through the roots to other part of the plant. This occurs through what diffusion. Now moving forward, we'll be talking about osmosis. Now for osmosis, this is the movement of water molecules from a dilute solution into a more concentrated solution through a semi-permeable membrane. Now stronger solutions are called hypertonic, while weaker solutions are called hypotonic. Now for a movement to occur from the strongest to the weakest is what when the movement is equal, you can say that it is what we know as what isotonic. That means it's moving equally from both the concentrated, the stronger one to the weaker concentration. That is what we know as what isotonic. Now what is now the application of this osmosis and diffusion in living organisms in our environment? The first one we're talking about what enables the absorption of water in our kidney tubes. Also, it helps in the entry of water into the cytoplasm of unicellular animals. It also helps in the movement of water in and out of every living cell, and it is also used in the absorption of water from the soil by the root hairs. Now, all these are the application of osmosis and diffusion. And lastly, we're looking and it also helps in the opening and closing of the stomata by the gut cell in the leaf. Thank you. Please don't forget to subscribe and invite your friend. In our next class, we'll be talking about the differences of diffusion and osmosis. We'll also be looking at the what active transport system as a whole. Stay tuned.